Hi.
It's your show now.
Would have been nice to know that. We're chatting about Vienna. Good times. Hey, I've got Frody here from the Vienna Bistro, which is right up the street from 2 News. Where are you located?
132 South Main Street in the old historic Kearns building.
Very nice. Now, you are making for us, what is it called?
Tirolian dumplings.
Tirolian dumplings.
Yes.
Okay, how do we make them? What are the ingredients?
Well, that is very simple ingredients. You probably have it in your refrigerator. We use 4 large rolls, or you can use stale bread, small onion, fine diced, half a bunch of parsley, 2 eggs, tablespoon of flour, and 4 to 5 ounces of milk.
Okay, let's see us mix this all up
together. All right, I have already pre-cut the rolls. I can just show you.
And you said it's better to use rolls that are a little more stale.
That is correct.
Okay.
It's a little better stale. When they're fresh, they don't soak up and don't stay as solid as they should be.
Yeah, and dumplings, you don't want those all over the place.
That is correct. You just cut them up and add them into the bowl.
Okay.
Any
kind of roll?
Any kind of roll. They could be, well, preferably a white roll.
Okay.
Yes, and then you add all the ingredients. You add your eggs to it. You add your parsley.
Mm-hmm.
You add your bacon.
Bacon,
which you pre-cooked already. That's what makes it the Tirolian dumpling.
Okay.
You add the pre-sauteed onions to it. And then you add the milk, and sometimes you maybe need a little more milk. It depends how moist your rolls are. And then you add these all together, all the ingredients, and soak them and let them sit there for about 15 minutes and soak them up.
Okay.
And then you put them in a shape of a...
of kind of a log?
A log, yes, correct.
All right, are you going to show us coming up how to shape it into a log?
I will do that, yes.
Because I'm thinking I can't do that. So I'd like to see you be able to do it. We'll let it sit for a little while. What about the flour? Did we forget the flour?
No, if the ingredients are too wet, you add a little flour so that you have a nice dough consistency.
Okay.
And that's why you have the flour. So if you don't have enough, or you have too much milk in it, that it is a little bit too moist, then you can just thicken it up with a little bit of flour.
Excellent.
So
now, what does Tirolian mean?
Tirolian, Tyrol is a province of Austria, which is Innsbruck, where the Winter Olympics were twice. And that's very close to my hometown. I grew up in the very west part of Austria.
Oh, I thought you were
from
Kearns. No?
Yes, right.
I'm sorry. You're like, what, lady? Okay, so coming up, we are going to make this into a loaf, and then we're going to poach it. We
poach it, correct, for about 15 minutes, and then it's ready to be served. Okay,
we are going to show you that step coming up. I just like to get my fingers dirty, so I'm excited.
And we can't ask him to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, right?
He will not do an Arnold impersonation.
That thick Kearns accent?
I'm not very good at Arnold impersonation.
Okay, you know what, we're going to practice.
Because I come from a different part of Austria. We speak a different language.
Absolutely. We're going to practice. I'll get him to do it. Okay.
He can't say girly men. Okay.
No. Yeah, that's not politically correct.
That's not okay.
Mary can say it, but no one else can.
We'll have to check back and see where that goes.
Actually, just him talking is a better impersonation
than
most people do.
But he says they don't sound anything alike.
Oh,
It does to us because we're not from Austria, I guess.
Right. Okay.
And Arnold would probably say, hazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a very good transition, Ron, because it is very hazy outside. If you've been
Horrible
out today.
impersonation, but a great segue.
Yeah.
Ron's good for something. One thing. Good job, Ron.
We'll start a list.
And this is at Mueller Park Junior High. Look.
We'll check the forecast in just a minute. Right now we get to check in with Allie and finish up this interesting recipe.
It is very interesting. I've never had dumplings that quite look like this. So this is very good. We mixed this up earlier, Frody. What is exactly in here?
There is 4 rolls in there roughly, a small onion finely diced, half a bunch of parsley, 4 ounces of milk, 4 ounces of bacon, and some parsley, and that's basically the dough. And I added a little bit of flour because it was a little too wet, and that's what the flour is there. Yes.
And then we let that sit for about 15 minutes, so it's easier to roll.
And
so
it's easier, and it will do in the shape, and they put it in the shape of a log, and you roll the log in your saran wrap, and then you add it into your tin foil, which you wrap it in the tin foil, and you tie the ends, basically, and then you put it in the boiling water and simmer it for 15 minutes, and then it'll be ready pretty much to cut and put on your plate, and that will be the end result.
It's just that simple. So let's go ahead and cut this, and it winds up looking like this. And what kind of sauce did you make
I made a little mushroom sauce for it, a mushroom cream sauce, and it really it goes very well with it, and it makes it really flavorful, and it's a very simple
Very simple.
Yes, and here is basically the dumpling, and that's what they look like when you after you have poached them. They stay nicely together.
Very nice. So it's almost like Thanksgiving stuffing, but in a log form, in a way.
Similar to it, yes. And you use everything in your refrigerator. Basically, you can.
Excellent.
It's very inexpensive to make, and it's all your leftovers in your refrigerator.
Can you put any other meats in there?
You
like
can.
turkey
You could put turkey in there. Yes, whatever you think you need to get rid of in the refrigerator instead of the bacon, you can use all kinds of different things.
So you get rid of everything, and you have a good meal.
Absolutely. You don't have to use parsley necessarily. You can use any kind of herb you have, chop it up, put it into it. You're not stuck to just having one, parsley. You can use any herb.
Okay, and the Vienna Bistro you opened up a couple months ago.
That's correct.
All Austrian food?
Very much Austrian food, and I just opened up for dinner. I'll be open from Tuesday to Saturday for dinner from 5 to 9.
Excellent, and you brought a lot of sausage here. You say you make that from scratch
every day? That is correct. I make my own sausages, I make my own air-dried beef, and I also make my Parma ham, and also the sausages I make myself.
Wow.
They all air-dried. They don't have no heat or whatever. They just get cured and hung in my woodworking shop at home.
Everything's made from scratch.
Everything we make from scratch. Same with the Vienna Bistro. I make all fresh salads every day. Everything is done fresh, no canned or whatever.
Okay, now the moment that Mary and Ron have been waiting for, can you give him a girly man?
I am not a girly man.
Oh, that sounded nothing like Arnold. That was great.
He's Frodo.
No, it's
Frodo. That's what I call him. It's my little pet name for him.
That's quite all right.
Okay.
That sounds like his restaurant's amazing, too.
Yeah, it does.
So.
Yeah, right up the street. So come on down for lunch or dinner.
Good deal.
Nice to have it close by. Thanks, Allie.
Okay.